All good things must come to an end, but must it also be so for Cobra Kai? William Zabka says there is an endgame and even suggests a trilogy of films after the series. Also, new details have been revealed on the new Assassin's Creed Netflix series. And is Netflix considering changing to weekly releases? We've got a lot to talk about, so let's get a move on. First up, William Zabka says there is a Cobra Kai Endgame, suggests trilogy of films after series. The 5th season of Cobra Kai has dropped, and we couldn't be happier. But with the seasons adding up, the fear of the end of one of our favorite shows on Netflix is growing. But if we read between the lines of an interview with William Zabka and Ralph Macchio, maybe we don't have anything to worry about at all. In an interview with comicbook.com, it became very clear that neither actors, who of course portrayed Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso in the original Karate Kid back in 1984, aren't down to say goodbye to their respective characters just yet. In fact, Zabka even joked that there might be a trilogy on the horizon when Cobra Kai does find its ending. After joking that there's no endgame at all, Zabka admitted that there is in fact something that everything is working towards. It's only a matter of how we're going to get there that's still unknown. We're going to end the series, and then I think we're going to do a trilogy of films. Zabka couldn't help himself adding jokingly. Or is he? The rest of the cast is all in on the plan as well, and would love to keep the 30-year revival tradition that they potentially set in motion. Moreover, there could be more to come in the Cobra Kai universe, as Macchio teased even further. Spin-offs, prequels, what does it mean? But about that, they wouldn't say a word. Next, new details revealed on the new Assassin's Creed Netflix series. We've known since 2020 that Netflix and Ubisoft have partnered together in order to create an Assassin's Creed live-action TV series. But we've known from the beginning that adapting such an iconic game as Assassin's Creed was going to be long and arduous, which is probably a good thing, as long as we don't base our predictions on what happened with Cyberpunk 2077, the game. The live-action Assassin's Creed is being produced by Ubisoft Film and Television, together with Netflix and Jeb Stewart, the showrunner. And in September, we finally got a few new details of the upcoming project. First of all, Mark Alexis Cote of Ubisoft Quebec confirmed that the show unfortunately still is in early development, which does mean it's also still definitely in the works. Ubisoft has also been working on an Assassin's Creed mobile game in collaboration with Netflix Games, but not a lot of details have been released for that so far. Netflix's attempt at an Assassin's Creed series isn't the first time Hollywood sees this story give it a go. There was an Assassin's Creed movie in 2016 that featured Michael Fassbender, Jeremy Irons, and Marion Cotillard, and was set during the Spanish Inquisition. Sadly, it was a critical flop. Do you think Netflix and Ubisoft will do better this time around? And now, is Netflix moving to weekly releases? Netflix was once the big boss of all the streaming platforms, and it took a lot of adaptations to stay ahead of the competition. But it seems like Netflix has run out of stamina, and things haven't been looking as sunny as it used to be for Netflix. The latest decision that is rumored to have been made is that Netflix is considering adapting some of its bigger titles to the one episode a week format, which is the classic format that was established long ago on network television. The thing that made Netflix big, allowing viewers to decide themselves how much of any given title they consume at once, has grown into a monster that is now eating Netflix up alive. With a pretty solid binge-watching culture, many often feel forced to go along if only to avoid being spoiled online. And taking a look at the competition and the success they've been having with their return to a classic weekly release schedule, it may be time for Netflix to change the sails to turn back home. Though the hype shows like Stranger Things create is amazing, it dies down just as fast as it came alive, because viewers are through it so quickly and want longer to converse. This is the biggest benefit from weekly releases. We get to ponder over each episode as the season unfolds, and the platform has a carrot that will keep us coming back for more. Hold up, that won't do. We've got more to come. Next, Glass Onion, a Knives Out story, has gotten an early screening. David A. Arnold has suddenly died at the age of 54, and we'll talk about when we can expect The Woman King to be dropped on Netflix. Surely you'll want to keep watching for that, so let's go. First up, Glass Onion, a Knives Out story, has had an early screening. There is no way back now. What is once discovered cannot be forgotten, and the mystery of Glass Onion, a Knives Out story, has finally been solved. The movie was given an early screening during the 2022 Toronto International Film Festival. Glass Onion, a Knives Out story, is the sequel to Knives Out, which came out in 2019 and was a huge hit. The surprise murder mystery hit was written and directed by Rian Johnson and ended up grossing over $300 million with only a $40 million budget. Naturally, Netflix promptly ordered 2 sequels to be added to the adventures of Detective Benoit Blanc, who is portrayed by the legendary Daniel Craig. A Knives Out story will once again revolve around a fascinating mystery featuring an absolutely star-studded cast to make up the many suspects and victims. Craig will be joined by Dave Bautista, Edward Norton, Janelle Monáe, Kathryn Hahn, Jessica Henwick, Leslie Odom Jr., Madeline Klein, Ethan Hawke, and Kate Hudson. Details are being kept under tight wraps by Netflix, but the trailer promises us that a Knives Out story will be bigger in scale, and aside from puzzles being introduced into the story, the fans will also get puzzles to figure out themselves while we wait for the movie to be dropped on the 23rd of December, 2022. Have you put it on your to-watch list yet? Following David A. Arnold has passed away at 54. The family of David A. Arnold has issued a statement confirming the sad news that the comedian, actor, writer, and producer has died unexpectedly at the age of 54. Arnold headlined 2 Netflix comedy specials, was a writer and producer on Netflix's Fuller House reboot, and created That Girl Lele, the Nickelodeon series, which he executive produced and for which he was the showrunner. According to his family, Arnold died peacefully in his own home, and doctors have concluded that the cause of death is natural causes. They ask that we keep their family in our prayers and respect their privacy in these confusing times after such a devastating and unexpected loss. Arnold made a name for himself through stand-up comedy, performing at the Montreal Comedy Festival. He was also on Jamie Foxx's Laugh-A-Palooza, which airs on Comedy Central. Arnold's name is also attached to several comedy series, including The Ricky Smiley Show, Meet the Browns, Tyler Perry's House of Pain, and Raising Whitney. At the time of death, Arnold was only 3 stops into his national comedy tour, which was supposed to last about 4 more months. The sudden loss of this amazingly talented man has the industry at a loss for words, and Arnold will definitely be missed. And last but not least, when is The Woman King coming to Netflix? The Woman King had been highly anticipated for a little while now, and we can't wait for the movie to be released on our favorite platform so we can watch it where we like to watch movies best, our own home. And now, The Woman King has had its debut at the Toronto International Film Festival. With beautiful reviews across the board, we can expect the theatrical release of The Woman King to be on the 16th of September, 2022. The movie was directed by Gina Prince Bythewood and follows the story of an all-female warrior unit that protected Dahomey in West Africa in the 19th century. In the lead, we find Viola Davis. One of the reasons this upcoming movie is so exciting, she'll be joined on the cast by Sheila Adam, John Boyega, Usa Mberu, and Lashana Lynch. The Woman King will be coming to Netflix as a part of the deal they struck with Sony Pictures in 2021, which will bring all theatrical releases to Netflix for the first window. The movie should drop on Netflix between 120 days and 168, bringing us to somewhere between the 14th of January or the 3rd of March, 2023. The same will go for India, where they also have a first window deal with Sony Pictures. The rest of the regions will likely have to wait upwards of 2 years before The Woman King will be available. And that's all we've got for now. How many more seasons do you think we've got left of Cobra Kai? Let us know in the comments what you think, and thanks for watching.